Welcome to the Lean Out Your Business podcast, a show dedicated to helping entrepreneurs accelerate business growth and simplify success. I'm your host, Krista Grasso, and I've been working with businesses for more than 2 decades to help them lean out and optimize what's working while eliminating anything that's not adding value. So if you are ready to get more time back in your day, more profit in your business, and to do business differently, growing and scaling on your terms, let's dive into today's episode. Hello, and welcome to another episode of the Lean Out Your Business podcast. Today, I'm going to be diving in and sharing with you the theme that we have chosen at Lean Out Method for 2022. And similar to what we did last year, I would like to invite you to embrace this theme this year as well, because I think it's really going to make a very big difference in your business. And if you listen to the last 2 podcast episodes where I shared my top 6 predictions and trends for the year, this theme that we've chosen really complements that and embodies all of those different things in a way that I think is really going to help our business be successful this year without overwork, without overwhelm, and really make sure that the things that we're doing are in alignment with both what we enjoy doing and also with that next level that we see for the business. And I'd really love the same for you. So let me give you a little backstory, and we're going to rewind to this time last year. And every single year, we always pick a theme for the year. It's our version of a word of the year. And it's something that really guides all of our actions. It guides all of our decisions. And it just represents what's most important to us, our vision, our goals, and our values for the coming year. So last year, the intention that we set was inspired growth. And if you've been listening to the podcast for a while, you know I talked about this a lot all throughout the year last year. And there's a couple podcast episodes dedicated to that specifically. But that really did have a big influence on not only the things that we did and didn't do in the year last year, but it also really nicely captures what our year looked like. 2021 was a year of massive growth for Lean Out Method, and we made some really big, bold business moves as well. And if you go back to episode 25, you'll hear me talk about those big, bold business moves and why I made that change. But what I did at a high level is I went from spending 80% or more of my time working with really large-scale Fortune 50 corporations and only 20% with entrepreneurs and small business owners to working 100% of my time with entrepreneurs and small to mid-sized companies. So it was a really big shift, and it was all really driven by inspired growth, right? There were a lot of different ways that we could have grown the business last year, but I personally was getting way more fulfillment from the work that I was doing with the smaller businesses and with entrepreneurs. I really like to be super close to the impact. I like to be a part of transformation that I can really see. And I like being that force multiplier where I know that the people that I'm working with are then going out and being able to influence the people that they're working with. And as much as I do love and enjoyed working with Fortune 50 clients, which I've done for more than 20 years, I just was ready to take things smaller, right? Smaller, but more impactful. I wanted to work with more people. Instead of being with a client for years, I wanted to really broaden my reach, and I want to get Lean Out Method in the hands of pretty much every entrepreneur out there, because I think people do make growing and scaling their business so much harder than it needs to be. And I really want to see people stop working themselves to the point of burnout and really find fulfillment in their business and what they love to do and master the art of doing less to achieve more. And so it really just made a lot of sense to me. And that was that inspired part of inspired growth. When I made that change, one of my targets was to be able to replace the revenue that I generated with those large-scale corporate clients working with entrepreneurs by making that transition during the year. And so that was a lot of my focus when we were growing. I made sure that I only said yes to people and things that really felt in alignment. But at the same time, I was trying to replace what was a pretty great recurring revenue stream in the business. And I'm happy to say that we not only were able to do that throughout the year, but we were able to actually exceed that. And we're positioned really well for this year. So that is how I use a theme of the year. It really isn't just kind of a word that I pick for fun, post on Instagram and forget about. It's something that really truly does guide all of our actions and decisions and kind of just encapsulates everything that we want to do and achieve throughout the year. So that was 2021 and how we leveraged inspired growth. And what I had done last year and why I wanted to share our theme for this year with you is I had invited everyone in the Lean Out community and all of my listeners to make 2021 the year of inspired growth in their business as well. This isn't to replace whatever word or theme you've chosen for the year, but it's really just more of a guiding principle for the year. And so this year, for 2022, our theme is simple, sustainable scaling. And I think that's the core thing that I talk about all the time is simplify to scale. It's our core program. I truly believe that if you want to scale your business in a sustainable way, you need to simplify first. And last year was very much a year of growth for us. It was a year of new things. It was a year of reimagining things. Right? If most of my revenue and most of my time had come from corporate clients, I suddenly had an entirely restructured business model that I was working with and sorting out and trying to look at the pieces that I really loved and wanted to carry forward. And the pieces that I structured the way that I structured them simply because so much of my time went to my corporate clients. And I then had the freedom to kind of change them and look at what really made sense and what was directionally correct for me. So last year was a big year of new reimagining, creation, and experimentation. And it was fun, right? Anytime you're in that creative energy, it's fun. But the creative energy and the experimentation energy is also filled with a lot of things that don't work as quickly as you'd like or as well as you'd like. And so it can sometimes also be a little stressful, right? Last year had a lot of really high points, but it definitely had some rocky roads, right? And full transparency. And so this year, now we're through that. And this year is a year of simplification. It's a year of optimization, and it's a year of amplification, right? We want to take what's working, we want to optimize it, and then we want to really amplify and scale it. And so we're going to be looking at our systems and our team, right? I have a phenomenal team. We are incredibly good with our systems. We share our systems with all of our clients inside our Simplified to Scale program. So it kind of keeps us on top of our game with our systems because I know that I'm giving them to all of you who work with me. But that being said, as we're moving into an entirely different level in our business, we're up-leveling our systems yet again. We're going to be up-leveling our team yet again. And our big focus, we're going to be doubling down on customer experience and customer journey and our full scalable signature offer suite in the business. So we are doing internally within Lean Out Method exactly what I coach all of you to do inside the Simplify to Scale program. And we very much follow our own methods. And so I'm excited to be able to do this for our signature program this year. And so if 2022, I'm declaring the year of simple, sustainable scaling, I would love to invite you, if you are at that place in your business where you're ready to scale and you're definitely ready to simplify, get rid of all the complexity and all of the noise and anything unnecessary, to really embrace that theme as well and join us on this journey for the year. So let's break down what that might look like. So we're going to take the three words separately and we're going to start with simple. So if you really want to embrace simplicity in your business, what does that look like, right? Really, ultimately, it's getting rid of all unnecessary complexity and waste in your business. And so it could mean simplifying your offers. So many people, whether we work with them inside Build to Scale or Simplify to Scale, they tend to come to us with offers that are far from simple. They either have way too many offers and they really need to get clear on what that one scalable signature offer is in their business, which they then later can build out and expand into their scalable signature offer suite. Or the way that they have their current offer packaged, priced, and positioned just isn't landing, or it's got a lot of complexity in it, or it's just they followed some other people's models and it's not really what they love or what they find fulfilling, or even structured in a way that their clients want to receive the information or receive coaching or whatever it is that they're doing with their clients. And so the first thing that I always say to look at when you're trying to simplify and remove unnecessary complexity is look at your offers. How can you have a single scalable signature offer that is priced, packaged, and positioned in a way that's really aligned with the next level for you, your business, and your clients. And then over time, how can you expand that into a scalable signature offer suite that really is cohesive and just aligns with that customer journey, so you can continue to ascend and provide solutions for your clients as they're leveling up in their businesses or in their lives. Now, this could also mean simplifying your schedule. When you look at how you spend your time, when you look at the different things that you focus on, when you look at the way that you have your days structured, is there an opportunity to simplify things? Sometimes there's an opportunity to actually eliminate and remove things that aren't working really well and that just simply aren't in alignment or fulfilling for you. But other times, just simply by restructuring your day, by grouping things together into focus blocks, by carving out protected space to work on your business that's non-negotiable time, by putting self-care time on your calendar that's non-negotiable time, and by having those blocks for client work or for podcast interviews or for whatever those strategic things are that you do in your business to raise brand awareness, to nurture your clients, and to work with and deliver on your existing commitments with your clients. You can definitely restructure your day in such a way that it is very simple and it gives you that protected space to work on your business as well as do what you need to do in your business and support your team. Now, the other thing that it could mean is simplifying your business model, right? Is your business a little bit out of alignment? When you look at where you want to go next, is the way that you have your offer structured, the way you have your business structured, the way you have your pricing and revenue and expenses structured, the different channels that you use, the partners that you work with. When you think holistically about your entire business model, is it still in alignment or has it gotten a bit complex? Is there an opportunity to simplify? It could also mean simplifying your systems or your processes. So hopefully you do have your business systematized. You do have those core things that you do on repeat documented. It's something that your team is maintaining and optimizing over time. Well, this is a good opportunity to take a look at that with that customer journey and customer experience lens and see if there's anything that you can do to simplify and remove complexity in your systems and processes. Now, if you do not have them documented yet, that's going to take us into the sustainable part of simple, sustainable scaling. And creating and documenting your systems is a part of sustainability. It removes the dependence on you and everything in your head and you needing to be involved in everything that happens or do all of the things or make all the decisions in the business. And when you can remove yourself as that bottleneck and you can put those systems in place, it really does lead to the sustainability of your business. Now, the other key piece of sustainable is making sure that you can do what you need to do within the number of hours that you actually want to work in your business. So this isn't saying I'm going to work a 40-hour work week and ending every single week at 80 or 90 hours completely exhausted. This is saying I'm going to work a 40-hour work week and intentionally designing your days, your weeks, your quarters, your year to be done within that time, making sure that you are spending your time, your money, your energy on the most important things and the things that are going to take you closest to those goals and that vision that you have in your business. So first, you want to get really clear about how much you actually want to work and how much your team is available to work. And then you want to determine what you're going to commit to with intention so that it can be done within that time. You also want to make sure that things don't require heroics on a regular basis. So one of the actual indicators, one of the things that we measure with people inside our Simplify to Scale program is a heroics measure, right? And so do you always have to go in and save the day, right? Does your team not quite get things right? And you always last minute, you're like, oh, if I didn't catch that, it would have been a disaster. Or do you have that key person on your team who is always playing hero and kind of going in and saving the day? You want things to be able to run pretty smoothly. You want the right systems and team in place. So if you get sick, if you go on vacation, things can just happen. Somebody else can pick up. It's not reliant on one individual, whether that's you or whether that's someone else in your team, to be the one and the only one who could kind of come in and get something done or save the day. Now, the other piece of sustainable is that the things that you're doing, the people that you're working with, the offers that you have, they're all in alignment with your next level. And that's the next level for both you as the leader of your business, as well as the next level for your business itself. And that takes us to scaling, which is the third piece of simple, sustainable scaling. And this is where you're able to increase your revenue and increase your impact without increasing the amount of resources required to support it. So if we use one-on-one coaching, for example, every time you bring on a new one-on-one client, you are doubling the amount of resources required to deliver that, right? If it takes you 4 hours in a month to coach one person and you sign a second person, it then takes you 8 hours in the month. So you doubled your revenue, but you also doubled your resources. That is an example of growth, not scaling. With scaling, if we then flip that and instead of one-on-one, you did a one-to-many group offer, maybe it takes you 4 hours per month to deliver that group program. Well, that's if you have one person in the program, or if you have 2 people in the program, or if you have 20 people in the program. It still only takes you 4 hours per month to deliver on that program. So as you are adding more people, as you're adding more revenue, your resources are not increasing at the same rate. Now, the more people you add to a group program, there's going to be some incremental increase in effort, but it's not going to be the same as if you had one-on-one and an extra person is literally double the hours. So you go from 1 to 2 and 4 hours to 8 hours. Whereas in a group program, you go from 1 to 2 and it's still 4 hours. You go from 2 to 4, still 4 hours. 4 to 8, still 4 hours. So as you're doubling your revenue, as you're doubling your impact and your reach, you are not doubling the amount of resources required. So when you have that scaling in place, you're really able to leverage your time, you're able to leverage your systems, you're able to leverage your team, and ultimately you're able to increase your profitability, which is really what gives you a lot of that freedom and flexibility in your business. When your profitability increases, it gives you the ability to reinvest back in your business, to reinvest in yourself as the leader of that business, and to really do transformational things instead of things that just let you kind of keep things running and keeping the lights on, let you bring in new team members. It just opens up so much possibility for you. And that is why I really love scaling, and I think it should be an important part of your business journey. It's just a matter of getting to the point where your business and your offers are scalable. All right, so to wrap things up, 2022 is the year of simple, sustainable scaling. It is what we are going to be focused on inside the Lean Out method, and I absolutely invite you to focus on the same if your business is in a place where that really makes sense for you. And if, as you're listening to this episode, you're thinking, yes, I want to simplify, yes, I want sustainability, and I absolutely want to scale, but you're not quite sure where to start, I just opened up 10 complimentary business assessments. So go ahead and head over to leanoutmethod.com/assessment, see if one of the 10 spots are still available, and go ahead and put some time on my calendar. Let's chat. I would love to help you look at where you're currently at, what's working well in your business, and what those next opportunities are that will really help you to both simplify and scale your business so that this can be a year of simple, sustainable scaling for you as well as it is for Lean Out Method. So I hope you got a ton of value out of this episode. I will be back with you again next week. Thank you for joining me for another episode of the Lean Out Your Business podcast. I hope you got a lot of value and actionable insights from today's show, and would love if you take a moment to leave us a review. If you have any questions on today's episode or on how to lean out your business, join us over in our private Facebook community, where every week we do live training and Q&A, and I'd love to have you be part of the conversation. Head to leanoutmethod.com/group to join us. And before you go, be sure to subscribe to the show so you're the first to know when we release a new episode. We'll see you next week.